such a beautiful day. Really, really beautiful. Not cold at all. It's really pleasant when it's like that. Really nice. I'm gonna find a place to sit there. Let me find this. And I'm gonna have a little chat to give you some news about how it is here. Because people ask me how it is, how do I feel, if I am still happy to be here, and all that. And so let me turn this, and voila, let me find the spot to don't have this white frame, like that. Voila. The light is not optimum because all is brown, so my face is all red, but I don't care. Yeah, it's really an amazing day today because these days it has been quite cold, and for me it's a challenge because I'm not used to extreme heat or extreme cold in Malibu. It was always almost the same kind of weather all year long, so it's like very challenging to me, really. 15 years spoiled in the weather of Malibu, after 8 years of extreme weather in New York. I lost. I'm not used to be dressed a lot, and this is hard for me. I love to be naked, as you know. I love to be like free and half, just very basic things. I love to be on the beach, but I don't miss it because people ask me if I miss it. I don't miss it at all. When I say it's a challenge, it's all relative, when I think about what people are living. I'm blessed and I'm privileged but I gave me this privilege as well. I took the risk to come here, cutting me in a way from my, I would say, my modeling social life that is inexistent almost, even if I still have things that are running and I have renewals and things like that. I'm out of all this system that is with rules that are not right for me. So I am very happy to be here. I think I've been guided here. I felt it when I visit this place. When I came back to Malibu driving, it was really a blessed moment, like a moment of grace, because I felt I was guided here by my parents who are dead. And I never been very close to them, but I was feeling them very present. It was really surprising to me. And also beyond them, I had the feeling that ancestors of this land and elementals were welcoming me and were also guiding me here. So it was I was crying in my car of bliss, of blessing. It was full of gratitude to be able to enjoy this place because it's really, really fantastic. And I think before my next chapter, some of you may know that I have a project with my son, so I may live in some years in Thailand. So at my big surprise, because I was not at all planning something like that, and it has been offered to me by him, so I'm really grateful for that as well. And I am here and I enjoy every moment. I never spent so much time on fixing a place. And the place is like guiding me to put this here and there. And you follow a little bit my adventure of interior design and all that. And I'm thankful to be able to make it and by myself and have it and done, in a simple, easy way. I'm happy to see my wild plants that people would take off because they think it's weeds, and me, I water them, and now they bloom in winter and they give me flowers. So this one is so beautiful now. So it's wonderful. And like I felt some months ago, I feel the same. I'm living the most beautiful time of my life, really, and it's really a great feeling. People ask me if I'm not scared to be here remote like that. Not at all. Not at all. It's like, no. It's like, I have the feeling like the rocks are watching on me and protecting me, and the land is welcoming me. And I take care of the land. I cleared all the cement around. It's beautiful now. I see little rabbits there. I am now cutting all the old branches of this huge juniper. I keep the one that has a beautiful shape, but all the little ones that are like, really dead. And so I'm cutting them for my fireplace. And I enjoy doing that. I really enjoy doing that. I plan to plant some herbs in one of my shed. I bought the soil and these planters to put parsley, basil, and this kind of thing, because I cannot let them outside first for the cold, because when it's cold, it's cold. I can tell you, the morning I was showering yesterday, it was windy and it was like 4 Celsius. So it was close to 40 Fahrenheit. It was really cold, but I enjoy that. It's like feeling alive and really wonderful, really. So this is what I wanted to give you an update about my stay here, and a lot of reflections are coming, a lot of things are coming. It's like being alone in this natural environment. And last day I've been with my neighbor friend followers since so many years that I didn't know, to visit, to be an adventure on this, exploring this oasis in Palm Springs. And it's absolutely fantastic. And we arrived end of afternoon. We had only 1 hour ahead, but next time we're gonna go all day, and I'm gonna do pictures of this texture of trees. It has been a fire there, and the palm trees make this design and these colors. I was really inspired for shawls, but also this give me inspiration to paint. Something I feel since very young I'm gonna do when I'm gonna be older. I was saying all that always, when I'm gonna get old I'm gonna paint, when I will not be able to move as fast as I was used to. So this really inspired me, and I want to have a big collection of them. I would love to have this color and pattern print on silk, transparent silk, because they are really, really remarkable. Maybe you saw, it's on my highlight. You can check Oasis. And have in mind it was no light because it was sunset. So as it's in a canyon, it was no light at all. The sun was gone. But the sun was very, very low. But the colors and the textures, it's so rich. It's a magical forest. It was really, really strong. When we went out, about maybe almost 2 hours after, we were in the car and like in silence, because we felt so relaxed. And Gaia told me, every time we go in nature like that, the nature is so strong that we feel like really high. It's like, we don't take drugs, but it's like this same kind of high feeling, to be on speed, feeling like So it was really fantastic. So I'm blessed, and I have a friend from Saudi who is coming to visit me some days next week. And now that I know this place, I can bring her there. Like last day in Joshua Tree with my friend as well. So it's wonderful. It's wonderful to be able to experiment that and to share it, Yeah, when I was, this is something I wanted to share with you. I did my first hydrolar and not essential oil because I was missing a part of the alembic to do it. But I bought an alembic, and I think maybe in the next coming months I'm gonna do a live about it. And I did my first hydrolar with this plant that is a rabbit bush that gives these yellow flowers that you saw on my page. And I was cutting the plant that is close by the house and really enjoying my time with the plant and with the bees. And I say, oh, if the bees are here, the plant is good. I was in that thing. And I was thanking, be grateful to the plant, and I was seeing it becoming stronger because I cut the stem and the little stem, the little point, the blooming part. And I was imagining that next season she will be stronger. And it was like this exchange with the plant. And this plant is anti-parasite. It's anti-malarian. It has a very nice scent. And I did this hydrolar I can use on my skin, and I can make a tea as well with that. And next I'm going to try to make some essential oil with the stem as well. And I was with the plant, totally, under the sun in my back, and it was so good. And it was this kind of silent dialogue, relation. And suddenly something happened. I was like, wow, yes, I connect the dot. It was like, oh yeah, this is the plant. The spirit of the plant was like, as I knew it was anti-parasite, it was like, oh, I remember beginning of 2020 when I got the message, beginning of January 2020, that it was, maybe you saw my video, and I got this message and this vision of a board in big, like this. I could not miss it, because if it was only subtle like that, passing, I would forget about it. But when I saw this board with written manipulation, I was like, oh, this is very interesting. And what happened in the coming months, I understood why I had this vision, because I was alert by something coming. But before that, I knew not how this will come and how the shape it will take, but since maybe 10 years, I had a friend who told me the plan that was at work from the Globalist and the World Economic Forum, and he made me read some passage of their text from 2012. And so I knew about that, but it was not making really sense until this crisis started. And the first thing that came to my mind, because my mother was taking this plant, she was cultivating the plant on her balcony, and even if it was forbidden in France, Artemisia annua was forbidden to have, but her friend was, because my mother passed away last year. The friend of my mother is a naturopath and acupuncture, homeopath. And she gave her seeds to plant that, and my mother was taking that regularly. And I told her, I said, I saw this plant. I think I'm going to take some of it. And she said, oh, I take it since so many years, So I thought I found something amazing, but my mother was already taking that. So I started I had this inspiration to take this plant. Because I have a friend in Madagascar, and I was communicating with her, and we were speaking a little bit about what was going on. And we spoke about the plant. I said, okay, I'm going to take some. So I took that. It's disgusting. It's really bad. Because what I did, I took the organic dry, herb tea, and they said to put 1 teaspoon, and me, I saw 1 teaspoon. I said, this is not enough. I put a big tablespoon for a cup. You have no idea how disgusting it is. But I took it regularly. I diluted it, less strong. And I looked at the properties of the plant when I spoke with my friend, and she told me, yes, we take this for parasites. And this, I was like, very interesting, because also some remedies that has been forbidden for doctors to prescribe are also anti-parasites. So I say, why an anti-parasite? This was, February, March 2020. I was still traveling in Saudi Arabia, actually, and in the Middle East. And I came back beginning of March. And I was wondering why these remedies, when I came back, I knew that these were forbidden and all that. And I said, but these are anti-parasite. I don't understand why they are forbidden. There is something not right there. And, time passed, and all what we saw about this health situation and all that, and putting things together, what, coronary people found in the body of people, like hydra and like this kind of filament and things. I said, wow, this makes sense. It's a parasite. And at the beginning, if you go back on my video, the first video I did, I said, for me, it's not something you catch from someone else. It's something that is in the air, like engineered, like little microparticles that are activating something, especially when your frequency is low. And like little spores, of plants or things in the air. And this has been sprayed all around the world, and especially on cities, because there are more people. So I was in that thing, and people told me I was totally crazy. And now I continue to see more clearly this thing. And last day when I was cutting the plants, the flowers, it was like all was coming together. And I say, yes, it was, because at the moment I was saying that the next thing will be alien invasion, and people think about saucer plane and all this kind of thing. And this, I was cutting my plant, and I say, but the aliens are already there. It's not obliged to be in saucer, they are there in our bodies, in what has been sprayed, in what has been injected. Alien intelligence is growing. And it's for that a lot of people cannot see that, because they are under, like I wrote recently on my story, abducted by this little thing that are developing, and that are boosted by the thing that we are encouraged to take to boost. So, and these are more and more engineered, and you see a beautiful butterfly pass by just now, and a bee. And more people are taking this synthetic thing that are with a special frequency. More they are feeding the frequency of this intelligence that are already invaded some bodies. And it's for that these people cannot see this, because they are cut from the original genome that is about being like nature, as we are. We are organic as nature. And it seems quite logical. Less we put chemicals in our body, more we can be in tune and resonate with nature law. And more we are engineered, and less we can. So unless we can be aligned with the frequency of the planet, and the frequency of the planet is raising. So if we are not aligned with the planet, it's difficult to raise, it's difficult to ascend. And a lot of people quit their body because they cannot ascend. So it's a very challenging time, and it's not finished. At the beginning of 2020, I said, because I had some notion, I have friend astrologer, and I had some notion of astrology, and I said, if you look at the astrologic chart, it starts to be lighter in 2025 and 2026. So this means that from 2020, it's 6 years, and it's like a cycle of a war. For me, this was my, logical deduction that we were starting in 2020 a cycle of a war, like the World War One and Two, 6 years, and it's where we are. So I think we have really to don't be scared about that. It's a process of ascension. It's a process of evolution, because I'm always thinking of Mayer and Sri Aurobindo and Sat Prem that I read in my early 20s that really made a big impact on me about seeing, I would say, life. About the book really impacted me with the mental of the cells of Sat Prem. And it's because we are in a process of going to the new human spaces, and it's not going to be without difficulties. And these human spaces will be connected more directly to spirit. Spirit is the source. I'm not speaking about religion, as when I post things, I'm not speaking about a political side neither. I just bring things forward to have people maybe seeing things differently, or really read or listen what is said and how this resonates with them. I had this morning a small exchange with someone that I sent something because Pelosi is not at the house anymore. And I sent that without watching from who was saying that. And this person told me, please don't send me MAGA thing. And it's something that showed me how people can have narrow mind. It's not about MAGA thing. What is going on is beyond all that. What is going on is that if you don't open your mind and see what is at work, this is going to last longer. It's not because not all, I would say, patriots. There is one thing that is very interesting. For me, the country where I live is the country that feeds me. I go to farmers market. It is my political engagement, and this has been, I can say, almost all my life, because I want to give work to the people that are here of the land, and that feed me. And I'm really thankful for the great job they do, and it makes me happy, and it makes me healthy. So we can do that. We can have this political engagement. And for me, this is being patriot. Patriot doesn't mean to be MAGA. So I'm fed up of hear people telling me, oh, you are extreme right and fascist. And fascist first is from the left, from Italy, Mussolini. It's not extreme right. So please don't confuse everything. It's not because I speak about protection of the land, protection of the people, to regroup, to be self-sufficient as much as possible, to favorize people who are working hard here, to encourage them, to support them, to be patriot. For me, this is patriot. The country that where I am, the country who feeds me is my country. And it's to respect and to honor. So, and I'm not a MAGA, it's really showed me how people have narrow-minded people. They cannot live without tag or without boxes. You have a lot of patriots who are not pro-Trump. and you have also people, Republican, who are not patriot. So all this is bullshit. So now people wake up, because this is total nonsense. You have to call a cat a cat. So when you have mafiosi at the head of a special thing like the house, you are happy to don't have them anymore. But we're going to come next. So more people, we're going to see these things and stop tagging, putting label, right, left, this, better it is, because this is a division. Beyond that, go to simple things. Go to what can you do at your level to make a difference, simply, and to give you good. It succeeds for me. I do it, I can witness about that. And you know, if you follow me since a long time, the one who follows me since a long time know about that. It's about simplicity. Luxury is simplicity. Real luxury is that. And it's about engagement. And it's about taking risk. And it's about putting forward what is right for us. Right, I mean, really right. It's not complicated. You have to be in balance with the planet and with nature. And yes, for that, you have to call a cat a cat. And you have to stop tagging everyone. If I send a post, if I post something in my story, it's not what you have to look, it's not where it's come from. It's what is said or it's written. And work with your mind. Use your mind. Relate. Put the dot together, you know. But when you are abducted by this alien invasion, it's very difficult. So, and this is not from now, this is from eras, you know. We are really on a time of really, really, really deep changes. There are things that cannot be anymore. And one of the most important things, it's human trafficking. So under the disguise of, you know, welcoming immigration and all, you have really to be aware of what is going on. And this has to stop. It's not because it has been billions of years of enslavement of human beings, of sacrifice, blood sacrifices, in all this time, hundreds and hundreds of years, that this has to continue. This has to stop. Because if you cannot do anything concretely, just be aware of it. Don't deny it. Don't be in denial. Because more you are in denial, more you feed that frequency, like it doesn't exist, I don't see it, it's not true. And this feeds a lower frequency. Just the fact to face it, raise the frequency. Just the fact inside to say no more, even if you are alone in your little corner, raise the frequency. So this is what we can do. And this is connecting, it's to be connected to spirit. This is to be spiritual, is to work with spirit. So now, it's something that everybody can do. Little things, simple things. Cook for yourself, feed yourself with good food. Don't think that it's because it's organic, it's more expensive, you will eat less. You know, I don't eat a lot. I make 2 meals a day and I lower my portion. So I never had trouble with weight because I am in this dynamic. Because when you eat organic food or farmers, you know, food raised by farmers ethically, your body finds the nutriment. You don't need to eat a lot. You don't need to have all this processed and frozen and microwave and all this mess and all these different kind of packages of that and that. Stop the consumption of that. Stop to have all this garbage full of plastic and boxes and things. Because this is tiny maybe. It doesn't seem, it's not but it's important. I don't have almost any trash now. I have, as I use only fresh fruit and veggies, all the peels I give to the rabbits and they are so happy. So I don't have trash. I have maybe cans of my sardines and things like that. rare trash. I go to the farmers, I don't have boxes, plastic boxes, or things like that where my fruits and veggies are. I have my baskets. That's very simple. So, it's all an industry. You have to understand that, like said someone, yes, people are making a lot of money with the packaging. Yes. And you can, at your level, minimize all that, all this impact, and stop also believing the bullshit of, global warming, because this is total nonsense. So it's all this is manipulation. And manipulation, when I had this message, beginning of January 2020, now it takes now I see genetic manipulation, manipulation of the masses, manipulation of the media, manipulation of the election, manipulation of... It has to stop. I don't understand. I was shocked when I arrived in this country to see how people are voting. This doesn't make sense to me. So people are going to say, oh, you are like Trump. No. In France, we vote the day in person, the day of the vote. And the evening at midnight, it's done. We know the result. Why it's not like that? I don't understand. It's not complicated to understand that more you have time to vote, more you have all these things, transaction by internet and sending vote ballots like that, you have big chance of, corruption. It's common sense. It's not being Trumpist. So please, stop. Open your mind. Open your mind. And just by opening your mind, things gonna change. It's as simple as that. So I'm a little bit, maybe aggressive, but it's like sometimes it's beyond. It makes me go out of my, springs like that, But yeah, it's all about that. So think about what you can do at your own level, For example, this morning I had this beautiful maple syrup in a glass jar, and I cannot throw it away. So I say, oh, it's great. It's one more glass jar that I'm going to have for my hydrola when I'm going to make my plant thing. And I keep it, and I recycle, and I enjoy that. It's so wonderful. And I'm so appreciative, really, really, really. So this is what I wanted to share with you. I'm not really present because I'm very busy with all this organization. I never been so busy setting up a place, and I enjoy it a lot. And it's like, it's such a gift, really. It's such a gift I gave to myself. Nobody made it for me. So this is it. So I may have some live maybe with Nathalie Théo. We may do a live together very soon, and voila. So I wish you a very good day and a very good weekend, and. Yeah, I see people enjoy waking up more and more. Yeah, because people has to be beaten. You have to understand at one point where you have been beaten, where you suffer, like, everybody's suffering in the body. This is something that came to my mind as well. In fact, the process on this planet to raise consciousness, in a way to make the divine conscious, more and more conscious about itself. It's us as soul incarnating in this dimension with this in this human body, to have the experience in the human body to feel joy or pain. And it's by this thing that we raise consciousness, not only of individual, of the collective on the planet, but also of the divine. I have the feeling sometimes this divine is pushing me to analyze. To sometimes when I was in my early 30s, I was really, really, really digging deep, and I thought I was becoming crazy. And in fact, it's that we came, and I don't want to say we are at the service of this divine source, but we are from it. We are spread. We are like little sparkle, like that, spread in the universe, because we are others, life form, if you can say. There are others dimensions and different expression of the divine. And here on that planet, it's with a human body, and the human body can feel joy but can feel pain. And I noticed that when I was younger, it's when I was feeling the most pain that I expand the most my consciousness. And it's really interesting, because more I get old and less I have pain in my body, because it's like I don't put resistance. I face more and more situation. I'm clear with what is right for me or not, and by that I'm not I let the flow of life crossing me, and like that there is no resistance to this flow of life. And even sometimes if I have to review what I thought or what I said or what I thought to know and I saw that I didn't know, and just by that, but to be clear with myself with that, and to don't pretend to, to save the planet and all that. This is bullshit. This is nonsense, Just start to take care of yourself and save yourself and your surrounding, and the planet will deal it by itself. It's really take care, minimize the impact, and it will be okay. Like when I saw also this nonsense that there is, not enough. It has been like 8 milliard of people on the planet yesterday or before yesterday. And people say, oh, it's going to be a shortage of food or that. It's impossible. I saw a study that has been made. I posted like 2 weeks ago or 10 days ago this really interesting study of this guy, a scientist who did that thing. If we take 8 milliard or billiard, I don't know you say in English, of human beings, and you put them side by side like, sardines in a box, it covers the surface of 84 or 86 kilometers square on the planet. So imagine the room we have, the land we have. Nature is giving. We just have to take care of it. We are here to take care of it. Like we are here, if we take care of us, if the way we take care of us, by taking good care of us, we take care of the planet. It's not something extraordinary to do, and to put all this, like in the 2000 something, when it was this Al Gore thing with, protecting that and all this money that has been raised. Where is going the money? It's total nonsense. It's much more simple than that. Really much more simple than that. And it's so wonderful to be fulfilled by the simple things of daily life. If you are in a city, even look at the sky, just buy one flower, found a piece of grass, and you bring it home and you make it in a beautiful vase. And it's not obliged to be something that costs a fortune. It can be very, very simple things. I've been at the thrift store last day, and I could not let them. I bought these 2 chairs you saw in my last little reel. $14, $14 and $19. Can you imagine? So go, recycle, go in thrift stores. Now I'm going to frame my canvas pictures in black and white. I want to frame them. To frame one picture, not a very big one, it's $200. So what I do, I go in the thrift store. I found this, wood frame with paintings that are not really nice. I don't care. And I use the frame. And it's like, it's going to cost me like $12, $10, $15. So recycle. It's already there. It's there. Use, go in these places, and it helps people. The one I go helps children, and another one helps people who are homeless. So do your part. Stop buying in all these big malls and big, supermarket and more and more and more, and all these branded things like, at full price. You can find them online also at better prices. There is this that I didn't know. My friend initiated me to Poshmark and to Real, and you can find beautiful things less expensive instead of going and there. So it's all about that. And if we all do that, we're going to minimize consumption, and we're going to bring, goodness to people around us, So, well, I think I covered a little bit what I wanted to tell you. And I wish you, I want to show you my beautiful little pink cactus that is growing. That was not, and also my little plant. So let me turn that. I'm going to show you my white plant that is making flowers. You see, this one. It was tiny, 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 tiny. And she's very happy. And here, little one, she was like that. She was like tiny like that one. And that. And this one was really, really tiny. This is the same one I did the hydrola, but on a big one. And my cactus, when I arrived 5 months ago, it was just one little, stem out of the ground. And look at now. Look at that. Pink barrel cactus just there in my private garden. Look at that. It's fantastic. Nature is really, really amazing. And it's quite big. Look. It's how this is possible. How this is growing like that. So this is one of the bushes. It's not the one I took the stem. This is another one that is fantastic. It's not dead. The colors, gray and light gold, it's fabulous. And there is another little cactus. Look at this one. It's so beautiful. And the rocks and these. I am in Wonderland. And this is a Joshua tree that is growing. A baby, not a baby, is already grown, but it's like, you see, it's so nice. I'm barfed, so I take care of the shola. Look at that. It's so beautiful, really. And the juniper. Yeah, so voila. So I wish you a very good weekend. Thank you for being present. Thank you for supporting me. I just saw that someone took badges, so I'm not in Instagram jail anymore. I still don't have my Facebook page reactivated. I was hacked and it has been reinstalled, and we lost it again with my web manager and who's taking care of my page as well. So I hope it's going to come very soon. But have a nice weekend and enjoy just to be alive. Bye. Big kisses.